Welcome to today's HEN Live. I'm Priyanka Changya, co-founder HEN, and it's my pleasure that I get to bring stories of our members and some learning experiences for you every week. So what is HEN? HEN stands for Her Entrepreneurial Network. It's your go-to community for women entrepreneurs to come together to inspire, inform, and support each other in scaling up and growing their business. Having said that, what's up and what's happening at HEN this week? So, this week on Thursday, we have a session with Gunjan where we are going to understand how to fix issues where our customers hurt the most, right? And if you are somebody for whom marketing has always been a constant zone to work, ideate, and brainstorm together, then this is a space you definitely want to explore. The link is in the bio. Do sign up for that. And today we'll be joined by Roshni for today's discussion. I am just allow me a moment. In the meantime, all right, here we go. Hi, Roshni. Welcome to today's Headline.
Hey Priyanka, good evening.
Good
Thank you. Lovely to meet you again for yet
evening.
another conversation.
Yes, and I'm so excitedly looking forward to it. So, guys, please join me in welcoming Roshni Javed. She is the founder of Change Institute International, and she is somebody who was recently published in Enterprise World. We are so proud of that, Roshni, and we would love to hear more about it from you. Please do share with us.
Thank you, Priyanka. That means really a lot to me, especially coming from a competitive entrepreneur yourself.
Thank you.
Now, being featured on the cover of the Enterprise World is not just a small milestone.
Hmm,
It's a reflection of a deliberate journey
hmm,
planned over the years. And that has not been anything or free from turbulent
hmm,
waters. It
hmm,
has gone its set of rights. In
hmm,
fact, if I recall, I say it's built through moments of uncertainty.
hmm.
And one such case was COVID. And prior to that was demonetization. And you talk about it, there are way many events. So I
Hmm,
had uncertainty, rejection, and
hmm,
having to constantly realign.
hmm,
That is not an easy job.
hmm,
What this recognition really represents for me is not success in the traditional terms.
hmm,
In fact, for me, it is the ability
hmm,
to show up, the ability to get back,
hmm,
stand up, and evolve.
hmm,
That comes with the journey, and the journey brings in more clarity. I think that's exactly why a conversation like today's
hmm.
matter,
Yeah.
because behind every visible success,
Hmm,
there is a story of resilience. Behind every
hmm,
small or big
hmm,
the coin that we turn, small
hmm,
or big, there is a
hmm.
story of resilience, seen or unseen.
Wonderful. Very nicely put, Roshni, and I totally agree with you because what I've also observed is, and I don't want to make it like gender biased, but this is true. When we fail when we give up, right?
Yes.
And it is only the times that we decide not to give up and stand back up again, that is what helps build resilience in us, and that is what ultimately leads to success in any by any yardstick or by any measure for us, right? So I totally resonate with you there, and this is what, guys, we are going to be talking about today: resilience in the face of rejection, and how to convert that no into not never, but also to an opportunity, right? So this is what we are going to be discussing. For all of you, those of you who are listening to us, Please feel free to share your thoughts, comments, etc. in the chat, or if you have any questions, especially for Roshni, we'll be happy to take it up as we go along. So, Roshni,
Okay.
many women founders that I speak to, they often tell me, right, that it's hard to hear that no, or the client has said no, and now I don't know what to do with it, right? So, what is your recommendation? How should we handle that no without losing that confidence or that momentum? And what can we do to, just carry on? In fact, that is something my team also tells me so many times, right? That today's day was not so great. 20 calls and 15 or 18 said no, they are not interested. So, how do you handle that?
I think this question is really important to every one
Hmm.
of us. And if I had to pose this question to my younger self, I think there would have been a lot of learning.
Uh-huh.
Well, anyways, the first part, when you use the terminology confidence,
Hmm.
here it may sound heavy, but let me
Hmm.
tell you the most important part, Priyanka.
Hmm.
Confidence is not built before action.
Hmm.
Confidence is built through action. So, this is one part of rejection.
Yeah.
We need to understand that. So, we don't build ourselves before action.
Yeah.
Confidence is built technically
Hmm.
through action.
Yeah.
Now, when I need to talk about rejection, how beautifully you have enveloped it, rejection is not a small aspect, or rejection
Hmm.
stings
Hmm. Hmm.
really hard, and
Hmm.
it really hurts most.
Hmm.
And it hurts most when you process this, you realize it hurts most because it's not about the event at that
Hmm.
point of time. It's the meaning and definition that we attach to it.
Yeah.
So the definition, when we get the word no, it means the dead end for us.
Hmm.
That's the definition we carry. Or it starts doubting ourselves in terms of skills or our
Hmm.
product or our service, our personality, the
Hmm.
opportunities, our emotions. So if I need to put it in as simple as possible, it's about the definition that we attach to it. And
Hmm.
that is where we need to redefine it as no means it's not never.
Hmm.
No means it's not now. So this no can be for not now.
Hmm.
Perhaps 1 month later, that
Hmm.
no could be a yes. A
Hmm.
fortnight later, it could be a yes. Maybe even as a short span as a day later. So let's change the definition and meaning that we attach to it. No is not never.
Hmm.
No means not now.
Very true. In fact, Roshni, that makes me think that no is more about the timing, right? Or your offering or that particular situation. And we do not need to attach it in a very personal way to our capability, which we tend to do, right? So it's just
Yes,
about two jigsaw puzzles not fitting at the moment, but maybe we can add something in between to make the three pieces then fit together perfectly, right? So
yes.
I think that's a very important lesson there, that how not to attach our own selves to the rejection that we are listening to currently, to detach ourselves, take a step back, and see what we can do to turn that around, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
meaning.
definition that we
Yeah,
carry, and as you rightly said, it becomes contextual.
yeah,
It becomes contextual. That no is also contextual. So
yeah.
we need to understand that part of it as well. So in short, it's the meaning and the definition that we attach to
Hmm.
that one no that we hear. I would also
Wonderful.
like to say that
Yeah.
we should also not confuse ourselves that
Hmm.
outcome with our identity.
Hmm. Yeah.
Outcome with our identity. Again, the minute we mix both outcome with our identity, we
Hmm.
get more harsh on ourselves. We get
Yeah.
more personal on ourselves. So again, it circles back to
Hmm.
the meaning
So
attached to it.
Yeah, I think that's great. I easier said than done though, but I think it's good to be mindful of that. So, any thoughts around how after a tough rejection, is there any ritual as founders? Because it's quite common, right? You face it day in and day out. So, is there any
Obviously.
ritual that founders can use to get back, to reset and say that, okay, this was it, now time for action, right? How do you switch gears and come back into action mode, so to say?
Oh, well, yeah, that is so well defined. Switch gears, and that's what we do the whole day.
Yeah.
While I answer this, I also want to mention that one size fits all. That
Hmm.
certainly doesn't work. On the other hand, we
Hmm.
always have frameworks.
Hmm.
One framework that I call here is a basic one, which one should try, resilience framework.
Okay.
Now, before I describe this, I remembered and recalled my hen community. So here, the sisterhood stuff can also help on a generic note.
Hmm.
See, leverage your community,
Hmm.
leverage each member there who's ready to help out. So if you
Hmm.
are comfortable
Hmm.
leveraging community or leveraging sisterhood, you get anchored there very
Hmm.
well.
Hmm.
One step ahead, if I take it, we call it the resilience framework. And here we call it the 3 R's, where
Hmm.
the first R stands for recognize.
Hmm.
And that is where the context comes.
Hmm.
Recognize what that no is all about
Hmm.
and recognize at what context it has come. What learning does it provide? So the what answer, learning to recognize that no, very analytically important.
Hmm.
The second R is a difficult part. There we say release. That means you have an internal regulation. You keep emotion away.
Hmm.
You understand what have I not provided? What is it regarding? So you try to keep and regulate your emotions. And that is when certain people, when we talk about release of emotions, I recall a particular client who says, when I receive a no, I just take a walk around the aisle. So for somebody, it could
Hmm.
be just drinking or gulping, having a sip of water. For somebody, it's a walk. For somebody, it is an immediate call to a loved
Hmm.
one or a
Hmm.
community member. In
Hmm.
my case, what I do is I immediately move to reading something of importance because it draws my attention. So
Hmm.
the emotion flips.
Hmm.
As soon as there is flip, it's all controlled, regulated, and there is more focus. And after the release process, we call it re-anchor. So
Hmm.
you are then ready for your
Hmm.
next call, for your next meeting, for the next client. This is one framework. And
Okay.
we also call the second framework, which I would like to share, and I call it the RISE, RISE, RISE
Hmm.
framework. Here again, when I say the first R stands for reframing everything, let me reframe what
Hmm.
occurred. When did the no enter? So you reframe and interpret that definition.
Hmm.
You second move to the I stage where you internally again regulate your emotion.
Hmm.
Third is your strategic reflection. That is where the learning comes in.
Hmm.
Are you prepared to learn from that no? What is
Hmm.
the takeaway? What did you miss out?
Hmm.
What did you overpour which was not required or oversupplied? So you begin to strategically reflect on it. And finally, you are ready to the E part executive move forward. That is just move ahead.
Hmm.
Now, one uh, we call the advanced technique. When we go to the advanced technique, we call
Hmm.
it neuroplasticity hacks.
Okay.
So you start neural pruning your thoughts. You start disciplining. So that's the advanced technique. I think we can go micro step,
Hmm.
one step at a time.
Hmm.
And these three frameworks really work well.
Okay. Interesting. And a lot to process is what I would say, Roshni. Um, what I am instantly reflecting upon is that any rejection, the best way to handle first would be to isolate yourself from the event. I'm just summarizing what you have told in a way I have understood. So, isolate yourself from the event or the rejection and take a step back and try and analyze why or what did not work in that particular situation, what can be done to make it different in the next event. And while you are doing it, plan your moves accordingly so that you are not stuck in that limbo and you are in that action mode. Is that correct summary?
Oh, well, I guess you have simplified it. To top it all up, recreate your definition and narrative.
Yeah.
Do not attach the meaning. So that is very,
Yeah.
very, because it starts from there. It's
Stuff.
definitely starts from there. Yeah.
All right, wonderful. Now, while we have the framework, right, and it's amazing to hear this, sometimes when rejection is repetitive,
Ah,
right?
yes. Yeah, yeah,
Yes, when you feel nothing is working in your favor, what do you do to stand back and face that then? You have used the framework, you've tried doing these things, but you still see the patterns reoccurring. So, how do you handle that?
the first thing is you look at the pattern. Are you talking about one particular client? Are you talking about repetitive rejection from one particular client, or are you facing rejection from multiple clients? It differs. So
Hmm.
if you look at a repetitive no from one client, then you
Hmm.
get an opportunity to sit back and look at what went incorrect. You evaluate.
Hmm.
When you look at repetitive no's from multiple clients, then
Hmm.
certainly there must be something incorrect in positioning what you
Hmm.
want to demonstrate or deliver.
Okay.
Having said this, so you watch the patterns because instances or events are patterns.
Hmm.
And I recall Jack Canfield's principle, events plus responses is equal to outcome. So to
Hmm.
get that particular outcome, you would need to step back and check what occurred in both the scenarios.
Hmm.
I also at that point of time recommend
Hmm.
whatever you try to push sometimes may bounce back. At that point of time,
Hmm.
pull yourself back,
Hmm.
withdraw,
Hmm.
withdraw from that scene
Hmm.
for a short time, for a
Hmm.
short time. Take a break from that scene. It could be one on one or it could be with multiple clients. Take a step back,
Hmm.
take a short time, do not work on it, give it perhaps half a day,
Hmm.
give that space. So give space to that event.
Hmm.
And then you are able to re anchor and look from a different lens.
Hmm.
And the moment the lens changes, you become more rational.
Hmm.
And so outcomes are also going to be rational.
Wonderful. Yes, I like the suggestion about changing the lens can help at times. In fact, a lot of times. So do try that, guys. And my last question to you, Roshni, is that as entrepreneurs, what is your suggestion? What can we do with this, the kind of rejections we take? Can we use it to refine the way we work, the way we offer, what pricing we are working at, or how we position ourselves? Or have you worked with other leaders, other founders in this regard and helped them achieve this?
Yes, I have innumerable case studies where we help right from simple sales team to handle rejections to top leaderships
Mm,
or C-suite executives
mm,
where rejection is very important. I often say rejection may test your leadership, but resilience defines it as a statement. But circling back to your question, this is where depth crushes speed. So
mm,
you don't look at things
mm,
task type because
mm.
most of us today are task types. We
Yeah.
keep ticking tasks. So that is when depth crushes speed, and
Mm,
you look at something called the batching technique.
Hmm.
Batching technique means there is a clear audit.
Hmm.
You make a comparative analysis, track that micro yes.
Hmm.
How many yes did you receive? Because that gives you the dopamine effect and you are
Yeah.
ready to embrace every no. And on the second part, you also create rejection proof rituals, the
Hmm.
frameworks on a regular basis where you become more resilient to receiving no.
Hmm.
You never step into the market with an expectation that there is always going to be a yes. No, you need to prepare yourself. I could get anticipation of no.
Hmm.
So when you anticipate no, plus you have
Hmm.
rejection proof rituals,
Hmm.
and how many no's can you handle? What is your appetite? This
Hmm.
is an audit that every one of us should create.
Hmm.
We have to develop the art of counting how many knows, what is my appetite to know, and what
Hmm.
are my reactions or responses to it.
Hmm.
The time we create this audit, we
Hmm.
are able to have takeaways from there.
Hmm.
What are our repetitive errors?
Hmm.
How do we generally handle it? Do we react? Do we get
Hmm.
into a defensive mechanism?
Hmm.
Are we great listeners and say, yes, let me hear this no out and process it? Learnings definitely are there. In fact, during the rejection process, I also look at one factor. We all, as founders in the community,
Hmm.
bring up the best of products and services, talk about features, pricing, positioning, everything. But something which also receives a no part is the differentiating factor.
Hmm.
So we there? Have we put that across? That is where we are able to look at during this audit
Hmm.
of what I have mentioned, the takeaways that we get, and
Hmm.
implementing definitely helps us realign, anchor, show up,
Hmm.
show up
Got
at any cost.
That's wonderful, Roshni. You made it sound so simple, and I would just say everybody who's listening, guys, do try and implement this framework that Roshni has shared with us today. And I think what we will understand in the process is that rejection is not the opposite of success; it is the
No,
entry ticket for it, and only the founders who are able to face this rejection will know their limit, as Roshni says, the ability
your
to handle
appetite.
the appetite to handle the rejections. And that's when we'll know whether we are on our ladder to success or not. On that note, Roshni, it has been really wonderful talking to you today. Thank you so much for simplifying rejection for all of us. This is something as founders we face every single day. So I'm sure everybody is going to leave today very charged. Quick announcement for everybody. Tomorrow we have the Discover Hen workshop at 5 o'clock. If you are interested, leave us a DM and we'll send you an invite link. Come experience the community tomorrow. And on Thursday, we are doing a session with Gunjan on understanding where does our customer hurt. So if you are interested, the link is in the bio. Do sign up. And I'll be back again next week with another Hen Live. So look forward to seeing you guys then. Thank you so much, Roshni.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.